in part because, as I said, this is the first time that we're going to see a launch from American soil in almost 10 years' time.
Yeah, this is historic for many reasons. I mean, for one, when the shuttle was mothballed in 2011, there was no spacecraft to ferry the astronauts to the space station. So they were really relying, and including us, on the Russian Soyuz rockets, and those are expensive. And so it's nice to see this come back to U.S. soil, I guess. Just what we're used to.
Yeah, a bit more of what we're used to, as you say. It was interesting. Bob McDonald was mentioning how it was a little bit embarrassing for the Americans to have to rely on the Russians for any space launch. So here they are reestablishing the U.S. space program, but also considered a significant launch, a significant mission here, in part because of that capsule that people are now seeing at home. Talk to us about this capsule and how this vehicle, this spacecraft, differs from the space shuttle that, of course, so many people grew up with.
Well, I mean, you just look at that the spacecraft or that capsule. It's amazing. It is definitely state of the art. You just even look at their spacesuits; it's incredible. But one of the things, I mean, they have touch screens. I mean, this is something out of science fiction that we would have thought about at the time the shuttle was being built, or even up until it was being launched in 2011. The seats, for example, as well. They get in. They are sitting mostly forward, and then they rotate to an almost, lying down position that you see there. So this is really state-of-the-art, amazing things. This capsule can also take up to 4 to 7 seats. So it's actually an amazing vehicle.
Amazing vehicle. 2 astronauts will be on board, as we said, Robert Benkin and Douglas Hurley, both American astronauts, best friends, by the way. And Chris Hadfield earlier today, he noted the fact it's Bob and Doug going up in space. So maybe adding a little bit Canadian content to this.
Oh yeah, take off, eh?
Right. Let's talk about the significance here, because not only are we talking about a capsule going up into space that's very different, but significant because it could chart a different path going forward when it comes to space travel.
Well, yes. I mean, first of all, oh, by the way, I just want to speak to the image there. What we're seeing now is the engine shell, and it is now, by the way, on internal power. So it looks. I'm not going to say it. I don't want to jinx it, but it's looking good.
Yeah.
But yeah, the future. They're talking. First of all, it's the first commercially developed rocket and capsule that is taking astronauts into space, and that paves the way for other companies to do it. It's not like it's an easy thing to do, though, of course. But also, SpaceX, I mean, the U.S. government said that they want to commercialize the part of the ISS, the International Space Station. So SpaceX is going to take people, although people with a lot of money, up into space, just ordinary civilians. So that will be an amazing first.
An amazing first among many. And, good to see that the skies have cleared up over Cape Canaveral, because it really was touch and go throughout this day, and noting the fact that this mission was scrubbed earlier in the week.
Yeah, I have to tell you, I was highly skeptical that this was going to happen. I was watching radar, listening to the chance. We went from 50-50, and then it became 70-30, and okay, wait, this is happening. I have a friend who was there on site, and she was saying that it was really humid, and of course humidity feeds those storms, and I thought this was where we were going to go. We were going to just see more storms. So it's nice to see that we're moving ahead. Yeah,
moving ahead. And it was also interesting to see the 2 astronauts there getting ready for liftoff. Again, a very different capsule. You were noting the fact that they're using computer screens as opposed to physical toggles and dials, and also the fact that even a whole different spacesuit. So it seems like a whole new era when it comes to NASA right now.
It really is. And, the other thing that I wanted to talk about, too, is that this is the first test launch with humans on board since 1981 in the space shuttle. It's been that long. I was an 8-year-old kid at the time, and so I'm aging myself. But this is why it is such an historic moment, and it's thrilling to watch. And don't forget, the Falcon 9, the first stage of the Falcon 9 rocket is going to land. It's scheduled to land on the drone ship off the coast, and that will be another first. So we are seeing a lot of firsts here.
A lot of firsts. but also underlying the fact that, this does come with risk. We are talking about two astronauts who are best friends, both of whom have flown up before on shuttles. But this is also a test flight, so this is part of the reason why people are watching with both excitement but also bated breath here.
Absolutely. Now, you're seeing there, by the way, the waters that's part of the system to launch. See, as you can see, it's spilling the water, and that's obviously to dampen the area. And I don't mean with water, but just because of the tremendous forces that are there. But this is going to be, this might be something that people are looking forward to.
Okay.
We might want to just.
We are getting to the point where we're going to be. Sorry, and is the steam coming off of the rocket there? Is that also the water that you were referring to?
No, that's the venting stage.
That's the venting.
They vent, and that starts at roughly 7 minutes. It's a chill.
Okay. That's the chill that you were speaking about earlier on.
Yeah, there's a lot of moving parts to this, of course. I mean, I can't even imagine what they're thinking right now. I mean, these are two seasoned test pilots and astronauts.
And at this point, I don't know if people can actually see this on their screens, but we are now T-minus 51 seconds before takeoff. So Nicole, let's just take in some of the sights and the sounds here of the rocket and listen to NASA right now.
T-minus 30 seconds.
Stage 1 tanks pressing for flight.
T-minus 15 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff of the Falcon 9 and Crew Dragon.
Dragon pointed in the right direction, continuing to make their flight uphill. Heard acquisition of signal Bermuda. That's one of the other ground stations that they're using to get telemetry and data back from this spacecraft.
Stage 2 propulsion is still nominal.
A little over 4 minutes, 40 seconds into the flight. Bob and Doug flying at more than 5,600 miles
Dragon
per hour.
SpaceX nominal trajectory.
Already almost 200 miles downrange from the Kennedy Space Center. Nominal trajectory continuing.
And you are watching CBC News Network as we bring you live coverage of the Falcon rocket that just launched, carrying upon it the Crew Dragon capsule, both of which creations of Elon Musk's SpaceX. A huge moment for NASA as they return to spaceflight, launching from American soil for the first time in 9 years. Nicole Moltolato is CBC's senior science reporter. She joins me right now to continue to discuss this. You know, Nicole, still a few more minutes here before the second stage. So far, what?
these were shuttle astronauts. But it is high tech, and it's I mean, the technology itself has brought it. Oh, look, we have. That's fantastic.
Well,
there
let's
you
talk
go.
about that. Because this is also
Yes.
very important. What we just saw happen here.
Yes, this is the first stage of the Falcon 9 rocket, the reusable part of it, that made it back and landed successfully on the drone ship named, of course, I Still Love You. It's that's honestly the whole thing. It is amazing. Is an amazing step forward in launching in space in general, because we can also take this. Let's see what's going to happen with the missions to the moon or the missions to Mars. SpaceX is talking about doing a jump ship just to make things. Oh, there you have the astronauts always have something, bring something up with them that when you're to show when they're in 0G, and apparently we have a little dinosaur there.
A sparkly dinosaur at that.
Yes, a sequined dinosaur. It's great. And I had a friend say to me just recently, hey, Bob and Doug took off. This is fantastic. And this is, I think, Canadians all around the country are thinking.
Yeah, well, certainly Canadians of a certain age, when you say Bob and Doug, they certainly have an idea in their mind. But in this case, we're talking about two American astronauts, as I said earlier, best friends since they entered the astronaut training program. Both of them test pilots, both of them having been in space before, flying on separate shuttle missions, and both of them actually having families as well. So this is no small feat that they are actually taking the task at hand of flying this capsule for the first time, because again, this is something that can be potentially dangerous.
It is, and they know the risk, particularly as test pilots. So, earlier, Chris Hadfield, our astronaut, the test pilot, mentioned that they go into it knowing what the risks are. But that's not to say that safety, is taken away from you. That's why they tested over and over again the escape, the launch abort system. So, and the parachutes. But it's scary. But also speaking of family, both of them are married to fellow astronauts from their class. So it's a family that really understands the risk involved in doing something like that.
Yeah, and also when you talk about the safety precautions they took, it also explains why they scrubbed the initial launch on Wednesday, 17 minutes before it was meant to actually lift off.
Yeah. There you have the separation.
The second separation. And sorry, Nicole, can you clarify something for me? As we look at the second separation, is every portion of this rocket intended to be reusable again? Is it meant to be retrievable after this launch?
This is their goal, obviously. They also have the fairings that, so that's what when they launch, for example, satellites, it protects the satellites. They have actually looked at using that to be reusable as well. They've got this giant ship out in the ocean that I can't remember how many times they successfully caught those things, but everything is meant to be reusable. I'm not entirely sure if that is, but they are trying to do the rest of the entire thing reusable as much as they can.
It would certainly change the nature and the cost of any space travel if they were to do that. So let's look forward here then, Nicole. Talk to us about what we're going to be watching for in the next few hours. What are you going to be keeping an eye for as you watch this mission progress?
So, well, right now the capsule itself, the Crew Dragon, it functions autonomously, but the astronauts themselves will be conducting tests. They will be watching and monitoring to ensure that everything is working. We often hear the word when you watch a launch, nominal. That is a word that means it's good. So they're going to see and ensure that everything is working nominally. And then after that comes the docking, and that would be. I mean, the Dragon itself has been doing this for a while. It has been docking with the space station, and this is the cargo ship, the Dragon, and will bring supplies to the International Space Station with, over the years with no problem. So, but this is it's similar, but it's different. So we'll be watching to see if everything goes well, if everything all computers do what they're meant to do and dock successfully.
And you were talking about the potential of space travel becoming far more affordable for, well, I guess rich people. It's not going to be affordable as you say, further possible exploration. Certainly, America has stated that it wants to return to the moon. People keep talking about a potential mission to Mars. How does this fit into the puzzle of both those?
First of all, I want to say, watching 2001, for example, Space Odyssey, seeing people just traveling around space. Hey, you know what? It didn't happen by 2001, but it might happen by 3001. But so maybe this is the first step to actually taking us to being able to lower the price of travel, for example, in space. But going forward, of course, this is NASA's annual.
Successful launch. It was not certain that it would actually happen, but now we've seen it successfully done. Nicole Mortalato, thank you. So good to have you on the program today.
Thanks, Mike.
And Nicole is our senior science reporter here at CBC. Do stay with us. We have much more to come.